Hello, my name is Tabriz Khan. Today I am going to teach you installation of Anaconda and uh, basic programs in Python and some type of a data type inside the Python. So if you see in a first what we have to do, first we need to install the Anaconda. Anaconda is basically first we have to just go to the Google and you just search the Anaconda install, and then you can find easily Anaconda install file, and just go on to the any installation in window, like this one is a doc file. Okay, and download Anaconda installer. Can go like in this way, or either you can go directly from the anaconda.com product and you can download your anaconda file. That is basically a file from where you can get the anaconda, and just install that one on your Windows system or Mac system or Linux system. And finally, I'm going to work on a Windows system, so anaconda look like this. You will get Anaconda Navigator. If you search on Anaconda here, Anaconda Navigator, okay. If you open that one, then you can get the many type of things are here, like a spider, which is the most popular in a data science. Editors also, Jupyter is also web editors are there. So now we are going to work on Jupyter platform or Jupyter editor. Okay, this is a web platform where we can run the Python program. So first, when you click this one, it will be launched like this. Okay, it is a local host 888 and it will look like this. And then finally, now today I'm going to start that this is a basic how you can install the Python on your system. Okay, so the Python is an interpreted language, or it is also a scripting language, but it is also support the object-oriented language, and also they have different Python versions are there, like at Python 2, Python 3. But now we are going to work on Python that is the updated Python 3 version, which is a updated one. They have some type of a key differences are there, and also why we choose the Anaconda, how you can install the Anaconda in a Linux operating system. All the descriptions are here, we mention here. So I will install this IPython file in my GitHub. You can easily download that file, and I'll keep the link below the our videos. Okay, so now first I'm going to start how we can run this simple program. So now I'm going to start with this simple program that is called like a just I want to print the my current date and time. So for that purpose, in a here this Jupyter, if you want to use the live, sorry, I just going to explain what is a Jupyter, how you can work here. So it is a very simple. You can click here, run. This is a cell. You can insert the cell here, like here, and you can write the any program like 1+1. So it will give the output. Just select the cell and run. It will give the select. If you want to delete that cell, so you can select here, and you can edit, and you can delete that cell also. Delete the cell, you can delete that cell. Also there is a kernels. You can stop the kernels, you can shut down the kernels, you can reconnect the kernels. Also many things are there. If you want to write like this one, there is a markdowns are there, headings are there. You can select from here and you can write this some documentation type. So now I'm going to start some small program that is basically it is a import date time. I want to find the my system date and time. So first in a Python there is a libraries are there. So I just import the first my date time. I just run this one, and then I just print date time dot now. So it will give us what is the current date. This is a date, this is a year, this is a month, this is a day, and this is a, you can say, minute, sorry, hours, minute, second, and microsecond. So if you want to print in readable form, you can use the print function and then datetime.datetime.no. So it will print the simple in a readable form like a 2020 25 10, and this is a time, and this is a microsecond. So it is a complete program. Now this is a, I just write how you can declare the variable. So if you see here, I just declare import date time, and this is a datetime dot we assign to the one variable, that is the x, and then finally we print the value, that is a that is a variable. We print the variable. So finally we will get the same value, that is this one. So in this code we can see that how we can store or how we can declare the variable and assign that data to that variable. So in a Python there are many many data types are there. Like this is a this is a just integer. Like this is a string. It is inverted into the double quotes, and you can also write in a single quotes. If you want to print this number and text, it will be print like this one. So if we run this one, like a number is equal to 10 and text is equal to hello. Okay, so there is no other programming like we have to declare like integer and what is called like a string, float. You can just assign the variable and you can find this only string. You have to write double quotes and either on a single quotes. So Python interpreter, they can easily understand. Like here, I just declare the variable x is equal to 1. It is a what? Integer. If you want to find the type of this variable, what is the type of this variable? So you can also write here typ type. Type is a function. Okay, and run this one. So this is the integer type. Also, you can print this one as integer type. In another example, if you say this is a x is an integer, y is a basically if you see it is a string type, y is a string type, and z is a float. Z is a simple, we can write like a float type. Okay, 2.1 or 2.2. So if you want to print this one, it will print 10 is integer, string, and float type. So also again we are going to discuss like integer, string, float. So now this is integer, this is a string, and when we add two number, that is integer, it will print the 10 plus 10. But when we string, it will just double that string. It is a concurrent that string as a string. Okay. Same thing here. If you want to see x is equal to 10, y is equal to 10, that is a string, and this is a float. So if you write x plus x, that is a 10 plus 10 is a 20. Sum to y plus y means it is a 10 into 10, 10, 10, and print sum 1 and sum 2 means it will print sum 1 means it will print 20 and sum 2 is a 10, 10. And finally, if you want to see the type, you can write type x. What is it is integer type or float type or string type. So you can see this is integer type, it is a string type, this is a float type. Now another example, if you see here, we have the x variable, y variable, and z. One is a float, two is integer. So finally, if you want to find the value, it is a 15.1. Now we will discuss list data type. Another data type is called a list data type. So list data type, if you see here, this is a one student marks. Okay, and list is a describe like this. They have this parenthesis. This is a look like an array. Okay, so we declare the variables 10.2 marks, different marks are there. So this is called a list. Okay, so if I want to print, first I declare the variable and then I want to print this value. So finally, this is our list. Okay. So list, this is a list. Another type of a function is called a range. If you want to find the range, okay, range from 1 to 10. So you will get, if you type only just range 1 to 10, you will not get the this value. Means it is a start from 1 and it is ended with the 9. Upper bound, they will exclude that one. So if I run this one, so it will show as a list all the value. Same thing, if you see here range 1 to 10 means 1 to 9, and it will jump. Third variable is what? It will jump 2. So 1, then jump 2, it is a 3, jump 2, it is a 5, it is a jump 2 means 5, 7, jump 2 means 9. So it will give me output like this. Okay. Like a simple example, if you say like a temperature, and this is a list because of this array, and we declare the variable, we declare the, or we assign the value. So it is a temperature. If you want to print this one, just write print, and then if you keep here, then you will get as a value, as a list. Okay. This is a complex list, like a list inside the list. If you see, this is an integer, this is a list, again this is a string value. So if you run this one, if you want to print this value, print, and if you write here rainfall, then you will get this value. So list inside the list. So we can say like that it is a complex list. If you want to see what type of attributes are there inside the type, like this is a list. So I want to find what type of a, so simple syntax is there. You have to write like a directory, dir, and list. So here you can see there is a, these are called inbuilt function. These are all inbuilt function. Add, classes, doc, format, different type of inbuilt classes are there, and these are method of a list: append, clear, copy, extend, index, insert, pop, remove, reverse, and sort. So these are methods are there inside the list. Okay, if you run this one, so these are all our methods are there. Methods and inbuilt methods are there. So which is a double underscore, it is an inbuilt methods are there inside, like str is a very important method. We'll learn later. And if you see here, this method, and also these are append is also most usually functions are there, counts are there, extends are there. Okay, so these are functions are there. Same thing if I want to see the directory of integer, if you run this one, you'll see many functions are there related to the integer. Same thing for the float. If you see the float, different inbuilt functions are there, and they have different type of methods are there. Okay, same thing for the string. If you see the string, they have different inbuilt functions are there. They have different methods are there. And again, if you come, if you want to see some method like here string, I want to see what is upper. It is a, what is a, basically we don't, if suppose we don't know what is the meaning of this one, so we just write help. It is a string dot upper. Then you can see the description. Help as a method. Sorry, upper is a method, and upper what he will do? He will return the copy of string converted to the uppercase. So simple. I declare the one string, and we convert to the upper method. So it will, if you run, it will convert to the all the string into the upper format. Same thing, if I, this is my string, another method is called title. If you see here, upper title, if you see, yeah, this is a title. So if you see, I use the title. So what he will do, he will convert the first letter as a capital. Okay, so this is a simple way you can find easily through the syntax about the details. Same thing, there is some built-in functions are there. So directory, if you write built-ins, so it will give all these different type of a function, methods, everything they will give, like a, all these things are given here, like a Jeep. These are also used for the open the file. Okay, so now this is a function, simple. I declare the one list of student marks. Okay, and I want to add this marks. Okay, so there is a no minimum. I want to, basically I want to find the mean of this marks. Okay, so there is a no mean or in the list. So if you want to, I just write insert simple. If you dir and list, if you see here, there is a no minimum functions are there. No minimum functions are there. Okay, so what I am going to do, I first add this one, all the marks. So I use the sum function. Then second, I want to find the length, 1, 2, 3. So I will find the length, and finally I divide with the sum, all the sum, and finally with the length, then we will get the mean. So if you run this code, you'll see 12.6. If you want to find the maximum, what is the maximum for this student grades? Okay, which one is the maximum? So here by default you can see here 9.1 is the maximum. So how you can find, there is this predefined functions are there, that is called max. If you, this is, I declare the list, I want to find the maximum from this list, so I declare here and I store or assign the this maximum to this value, max value variable, and then finally we print that one. Then we'll get 9.1. If you want to count the value, means how many values inside this list. So simple method is there, that is called a count. You can easily print that one. Okay. So if you run this one, again, student grades, this is my list. I want to count. So how many inside this one? So we will get to this one. So this is our counts are there. Okay. Now here, if you see, this is you want to modify this string. Okay. So how this is our string, that is a Python 3. I want to convert this string into the lower case. So username dot lower, and then finally we print that one. So it will convert into the lower case. Another data type is called a dictionary. Minor difference is there. If you see, just they are using this curly bracket. Okay, and dictionary have, like if you are searching the dictionary of any dictionary, there is a method is there. They have like a key and values are there. So same thing here, we declare the dictionary keys. This is called key, and this is called a value. Okay, key and value, key and value. So this is a dictionary we can declare. If you want to see the what is the inbuilt methods are there, and so you can just write a directory, a dictionary. You can find different type of methods are there, and like you can do the clear, copy, get, item, key, pop items, all these things. So if you want to see help dictionary value, what he will return, it will return the view of dictionary values. So if you want to, like student marks, if you see here, we have student marks are here. This is our student marks. These are, I want to return the values. So 9, 8.8 and 7.5. So if we run this one, so it will return the values. Same thing, if I want to return the keys, I'll just write keys and we run this one, it will return the keys value. So Python was first released in 1991. Python 2 was released in 2000, and Python 3 is the current version, which was released in 2008. Okay, so if you see how you can create the dictionaries, just like day temperatures, morning this time temperature is this one, noon this time this temperature is this one, evening this time temperature is this one. So always remember, when you declare the dictionary, this you have to use this one. And second thing, keys and values. Okay, so this is called a dictionary. Now another data type is called a tuple. Tuple, if you see here, when you declare the tuple, just this parenthesis you have to use. Simple parenthesis, okay? So this is called a tuple. So if you run this one, so basically tuple is not mutable, but list is mutable. Only this is a difference between the tuples and list. And second thing, this syntax. Second thing is the syntax. So if you want to see how list is a mutable, so like this is my list. I declare the list, Sunday temperature 145. I want to append 6 here. So if I append 6, so I just appended 2 6, means 1 and 2. Again I'll run this one so you can easily see now. So now I append the 6 in the list. So it is a mutable. I can change the data. But in same case in the tuple, you cannot change the data. Like here, I declare the tuple and we append the one value with the end of this tuple. Then finally, it will not allow. What is said? Tuple object has attribute append. Okay, it has no attribute append. Means it is not mutable. Tuple is basically, it has an advantage. It is a bit faster than the list, but according to situation, you can utilize that as well. Also, how you can declare the tuple? If you see, this is a one tuple. Inside the tuple, this is called nested tuple. Okay, so you can like a color codes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So this is also inside there is a tuple. If you want to declare the complex dictionary, so you can declare like a dictionary. This is a dictionary like a morning. We have 3 temperature as a tuple. Noon we have 3 temperature as a tuple. In evening we have 3 temperature as a tuple. So you can declare like this also. So Python is mainly used for automation purpose, web apps, and data science. Many big companies like Instagram, Facebook, and Amazon use the Python in different parts of their product. For example, Facebook uses Python to process images. So basically on this lecture, what we study about in different type of a data type like integer, float, list, dictionary, tuples, directory, and some type of help. This function we use on this lecture, and also we seen how to install the Anaconda here, and like integer are represented as a whole number, like these are numbers. Okay, float are represented as a continuous variable or continuous value. String are represented as a like a double quote or single quote also you can declare here, and list are represented as a, like this one. If you see here, this is a list of a string, this is a list of integers. Okay, and dictionary are represented as like a key and values, and a key of the dictionary can be extracted with the like with the key and with the values. Okay, with the key and with the values. So these are things are there also. Just yeah, and tuples are represented like simple parentheses if you see here, and these are all are called a tuples. Okay, and there are some built-in functions are there. To find out what Python built-in function are there, you can find easily from here. And also if you want to documentation for the Python command can be found from the help, like a string, replace, dictionary, values. So this is overall lectures. Thank you very much.